interview billionaires, right?
What's that?
You interview billionaires.
Yeah.
You're missing the richest guy here.
Who?
My dad sold the company for a lot of money.
How much?
Almost $500 million.
You want to get him real quick?
I can grab him right now.
Sir, how did you get rich?
Have you heard of PepsiCo?
Like the soda company?
Yes, we just sold our company to them for almost $2 billion.
What was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
Across the board, billions.
Billions of dollars. Question for you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
Probably around 22.
So you made it young.
I was very fortunate and blessed.
What's your name?
My name is Tim Tebow.
You believe in God?
You have 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything I have to.
You're really going to choose to believe that nothing created all of this?
I've interviewed nearly 50 billionaires, and I've asked every single one of them how they truly got rich and built their billion-dollar companies. But there's one question that I've never asked until now. Do they believe in God? So, over the next few days, I'm gonna be traveling to some of the wealthiest hubs in America to interview millionaires and billionaires, from entrepreneurs to investors, to find out if the people at the very top believe their success came from hard work or something greater. So let's go find out if God made them rich. Sir, question for you.
No, sorry, mate.
Very, real quick, sir. How did you get rich?
How did I get rich?
Yes, sir.
Worked hard.
And what line of business? What did you?
Tech.
What did you do in tech? Did you have a company?
I had several companies, yeah.
Go. Wait, real quick. Did you end up selling that company?
I did end up
You
selling
did?
it, yeah.
How much did you sell it for?
A lot of money.
Was it 9 figures?
It was several $100 million. Yeah. Never planned to be wealthy, just planned to avoid being poor.
Thank you, my friend.
Good luck,
Have
guys.
a great day, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, how did you get rich? Sir, I grew a channel to 21 million followers. I've interviewed over 47 billionaires in the last 4 years. How did you get rich, sir? What did you do? All right, sir, have a good day. Sir, how did you get rich? Real quick, sir, how did you get rich? I interview successful people to help the younger generation. See it. Guys, we cannot get these people to stop for a second of their time. The millionaires, our billionaires out here are just pressing forward. It's because we're in Austin, Texas right now. There's over 10 billionaires that live here, making this a top 10 city for billionaire residents in all of America. And the amount of millionaires that live in Austin doubled in the last decade alone, and we found that out today. So this video is gonna be a challenge to get these millionaires and billionaires to stop and talk to us, to give us the game. Forget if they believe in God, but you know the rules. We don't stop till we get the game from you. So come with us, let's see who we can find. How you doing, man?
Super familiar.
I interviewed the billionaires.
Yeah, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you, how did you get rich?
Investing.
And what type of businesses?
We invest in critical technology companies with veterans on the leadership team. I run the veteran fund.
So were you a veteran?
I am, yeah.
Thank you for your
Marines.
service,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
What's the number one lesson that the military taught you about leadership that you give to anybody in business right now?
The reason we invest in veterans, they have leadership, resilience, and a sense of purpose. They know why they're doing what they do. At the early stage, when you're a startup founder, it's hard. You need that resilience, you need that grit to carry on.
How did you get into investing in businesses? Like after the military, did you start running companies? Did you get into entrepreneurship? Or what was kind of your turning point from military to now investing in businesses?
Yeah, so after the Marines, did my undergrad. As soon as I finished college, started my first business in the health and wellness space. I have 120 companies right now that I'm in my personal portfolio.
Let me ask you this, across your companies in terms of total revenue, what was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
Across the board, billions.
Billions of dollars. Did you ever doubt yourself?
Of course.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you get over that? How did you find self-belief to come out and become this successful?
You have 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. I came to this country when I was 5 years old. First generation immigrant. We came to this country with nothing. Nothing. In one generation, my parents chased and lived the American dream. My sister went to Stanford. My other sister's a doctor of neuroscience. My little brother went to Berkeley, worked at Palantir, now works at OpenAI. That was my path. I joined the Marines because I knew it was my responsibility. I love this country. Just like the Marines, the veteran fund to me is my responsibility. So whether there's doubt or not, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You can't fail when you know why you're here. This is God's plan.
You believe in God?
Of course.
You believe in Jesus? Are you a Christian?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
How important has that faith been for you throughout your career?
I'll tell you this, every day I grow deeper in my faith. And that doesn't mean that I don't wrestle with God. In fact, the service I went to a couple weeks ago, they talked about, by definition, if you're wrestling with God, you are closer to God. If you're accepting everything that you hear, everything you read, and you're yes, and you think you're living a godly life and you're not questioning in some way, you're not wrestling with God. So I think I continue to wrestle with God. I continue to ask the questions that I think are important to me, things I may disagree with at times, but I'm always growing deeper in that faith through that process.
Do you read a lot of books? You seem so full of knowledge. Do you read a lot of books?
Yeah, I went through the deep spiritual journey, man.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, you name a personal development book, a business book, I've probably read it.
What was the number one book that changed your life?
I come back to The Alchemist. To me, why I love entrepreneurship, why I love investing. Entrepreneurship is modern day alchemy. What I mean by that is you are taking an idea, something that doesn't exist, and you're making it real. You are envisioning a way you want to see the world, world, and you are creating something from nothing. Everything you're doing right now. This was an idea, and it's real now. Modern day alchemy. The Alchemist.
That's beautiful. How old are you now?
41.
41 years old. If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
I'm going to tell you right now, this is my life ethos. This is something I created. This is something I created over a decade ago, and it's 3 simple words. We all know Dr. Bronnie Ware, right? Top 5 regrets of the dying. If you don't remember, she palliative care nurse, right? Studying patients in the last 8 weeks of life. The number 1 regret of the dying is I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. If people are on their deathbed saying that they wish they had a courage to live a life true to themselves, how about we don't wait to be on our deathbed to actually have the courage to live a life that we care about? So it's not thinking about it, it's not talking about it, it's actually doing it. And so for me, do great things is my ethos, has been, will be until the day I die. And that's part of God's plan. I hope I'm here a lot longer, but if not, I feel like I've done great things and I'll continue to do that, and I'm grateful for every day I wake up.
Brother, you have amazing advice, my friend. Thank you for your time, man. That was excellent, man. And I connect with all the millionaires and billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool?
Yeah.
Guys, that was an incredible interview. It does not get any better than that. My guy comes up to me and said, yo, you look familiar. I told him I'm the guy that interviews the billionaires, and so we had to run it. He's done billions in his career, from the Marine Corps to now investing in companies. He owns 120 companies. But what did he say there towards the end, man? He believes in God and he gets closer to God every single day. But he said you're not going to truly grow your relationship with God unless you're wrestling with God every day. Incredible interview, incredible philosophy on faith. We got to keep this thing rolling and go get this next interview, you guys. Come on.
Mind if I get a picture real quick?
What's that?
Mind if I get a picture real quick?
Sure, that's fine, bro.
Oh, damn.
Hey, you interview billionaires, right?
What's that?
You interview billionaires.
Yeah.
You're missing the richest guy here.
Who?
My dad.
He's here right now?
He's here.
What did he do?
Right now? He's in healthcare. Sold the company for a lot of money.
How much?
Almost $500 million.
$500 million? You want to get him real quick?
I can grab him right now.
Bring him out here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, $500 million is crazy.
It's a lot of money.
$500 million is crazy.
5 years ago.
Sir, how did you get rich?
What's that?
How did you get rich? What'd you do?
I've built some healthcare businesses.
Healthcare companies.
Yes.
What was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
5 years ago, we sold a business for $460 million that we started from scratch.
Almost $500 million.
Sounds right.
So he wasn't lying.
He wasn't.
Hey, can I interview you for a minute? I interview billionaires all over the world to help the younger generation.
With pleasure.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Did you come from a lot of money? Did you come from a rich family?
No, I grew up, we spent some time living in a car, grew up in South Africa, struggled. Father kicked us out the house. We had to live all sorts of places. And so to come and experience the American dream has been incredible.
Is the American dream still alive and well?
Oh my gosh, it is real, it is alive, and I'm surrounded by people who are living it. I'm the poorest of my friends, believe it or not.
But you have to surround yourself with rich people.
Absolutely. You need people that can help you grow, help you get past where you are today. I don't want that to be my greatest success. I want to have a bigger impact, build bigger businesses, help more people.
I love that. Is this your son, right? This is your son.
This is my boy, Clint Jr.
Yeah.
He calls me Little Clint now because he's outgrown me.
So let me ask you this right here. Do you believe in God?
I sure do. I'm a devout Christian. I owe everything I have to Jesus Christ, and it's been the journey of a lifetime.
And I love you're not afraid to say that either.
No, I mean, I'm so grateful. How can I not mention it? To think that I did this by myself would be a huge mistake.
So how did you know God was real?
Well, he showed up for me again and again. I grew up, even though we didn't know where we could live, there was always the sense that God had a bigger purpose, that he had a plan, that he loved me. So it just gave me confidence to start a business, to take a risk, to know that there was the favor of God coming behind me and going ahead of me.
So what was your turning point to financial freedom? Because you mentioned that you slept in a car at one point in your life. What was your turning point to financial freedom early on?
Well, it really all came at the same time. I was working, getting about $120,000 salary, trying to put this guy through private school and give my 3 kids the best of opportunities. And we didn't know if we were really going to make it. And financial freedom came one day in a massive check.
What was the amount?
Well, the business sold for $460 million. I owned about half.
You owned about half the company, so you're worth well into the 9 figures.
It's more than I deserve, and I'm just getting started.
How do you feel about AI?
Oh man, very exciting. I mean, scared. I think everybody has to have a healthy fear of just how much change it can cause so quickly. But in healthcare, we're jumping on it and say, hey, if we can help more people in a less expensive way, make a bigger difference in their life, we are going to be in the very center of it.
So you're using AI in all your businesses?
Absolutely.
Have you heard about Plaud AI?
Yes.
You have? Is this right here?
Okay.
This records all of my conversations, all my meetings. So that way, literally, it transcribes it for you, and it tells you everything that you need to know from it.
That's phenomenal. That's a great use case of AI.
This is Plaud's newest note taker, and all the people in my company, I make sure that they have one.
That's something I could put on all of our doctors.
Everybody. But every entrepreneur having a business, they need to have one.
Absolutely. In the business of information, all of us are in the business of extracting information. We're trying to find those nuggets, whether in healthcare, whether learning from people. I'm trying to get better every day, so I love the idea of that.
How old is your son right here?
He is 21.
21.
Yes.
So if you had to give him one piece of advice to become a millionaire in today's world, what would you tell him?
My boy, understand your God-given purpose and go after it with all your heart. That's it.
And then surround yourself with a lot of other billionaires.
Oh my gosh, you need to surround yourself with incredible people. If your friends think you're amazing, you're in the wrong circle. I like to be in the room where I'm the least most important person. Then I know I'm in the right room because my gosh, I'm gonna learn. My investors, they're not impressed by me. Sure, some of them got 75x in their first investment. They're not impressed. They're waiting to see what I do next. They're like, you better prove yourself, buddy.
So you can't get comfortable is what you're saying.
I can't get comfortable. I listen to a book a week. I listen to podcasts.
What was the number one book that changed your life?
Obviously the Bible. Second to the Bible, Purpose-Driven Life. In the first words of the book, it starts with, it's not about you. Game changer. Because everybody's telling you, you are the most important thing, you're so amazing, all those pieces. No, it's not about you. It's about something much bigger. If you really want to change the world, you got to understand, it's not about you. I'm the least important. It's about what I can do for others.
Did you face a lot of rejection when you were starting out?
Oh my gosh, rejection just starts to become the norm. In fact, if there's a day you haven't been rejected, you're like, I'm probably not trying things. When you're looking for success, you're going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Yeah. They don't like the fact that you're reading more, working harder, trying harder, taking more risks. People don't like that. So it's easier to reject you, push you away. You have to expect to hear no every day. If you aren't hearing no and feeling embarrassed, you ain't trying.
You can't worry about what people think about you.
I like to say when you're 20, you're worried about what people are going to think. At 40, you stop worrying what people think. At 60, you realize they weren't even thinking about you in the first place. So I'm adopting that 60-year-old mindset and trying to really act on that sooner.
I love that. You have amazing advice, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
You pulled it out of me.
And I connect with all the millionaires and billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Absolutely.
Guys, we just interviewed a guy who sold his company for not one, not two, not three, but $460 million. And he could not have made it more clear. He said AI is the most important thing all entrepreneurs need to be adapting right now. Oh, what's crazy is because when I asked him if he'd ever heard of Plaud, he said they're already using it. Have you heard about Plaud AI?
Yes.
And honestly, it makes perfect sense because one of the things that I've realized after interviewing hundreds of founders is this. The best insights happen in conversations, but most people forget 90% of them. And that is exactly why I started wearing this Plaud note pin right here. It's a small wearable device built specifically for capturing conversations, just like the one I had. I can capture meetings, interviews, conversations anywhere, and it turns them into transcripts, summaries, key insights, and action steps. And if you want the more advanced version, this is the Plaud Note Pro, which even works for phone calls. Same idea, but built for people who are in conversations all day. Founders, operators, and investors who want a more powerful device for capturing and organizing everything. So instead of trying to remember everything, Plaud captures it and organizes the insights for you. You can literally go back months later and find the exact moment that someone shared an idea that could change your business. So if you want to check it out now, all you have to do is go down and click the link in the description of this video and use our code SOHKPLAUD to get 10% off your Plaud device. Now with that being said, let's get back to the video. Excuse me, sir. Sir, question for you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
Probably around 22.
22. So you made it young.
I was very fortunate and blessed.
And what line of business were you in, man? Like, how did you get rich that early?
I played sports. I was fortunate to get drafted by the Denver Broncos in the NFL.
You were in the NFL.
I was.
And what's your name?
My name's Tim Tebow.
Man, I go all over the world interviewing millionaires and billionaires to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for the channel real quick?
Yeah, of course.
You were an NFL player. How long were you in the NFL?
I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 years, something like that, and then bounce around to a bunch of different teams.
Over those 5 years in the NFL, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
I think of somewhere between like 5 and 10 million or something. I can't even remember. Yeah.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
How did you know God was real?
A lot of reasons. I think when you look at the evidence of the Bible, the evidence of the cross, the evidence of the resurrection, all of that is overwhelming. You get to see what God has done around the world. You get to see testimonies. You get to see the evidence of the disciples all being willing to give their lives, if necessary, for this man that had radically changed their life. And before the resurrection, so many were doubting, and afterwards their faith was so bold. And so I think when you look at all of that, you're really going to choose to believe that nothing created created all of this. And I think that takes a whole lot more faith than to believe that there is a creator that loves us, that created us in his image, on purpose and for a purpose, created us in love, by love, and for love, and that he loves us so much that he sent his son on the greatest love story rescue mission of all time to do for us what we could not do for ourselves.
So you believe in Jesus?
I do.
You're not afraid to say that either?
No, I'm not. I'm so grateful for him that we get to know him in a personal way, because our God's not just all powerful, he's also all personal.
Now, for the people watching, a lot of them know you as an NFL player, but after your career, you're doing something right now that nobody else is doing. What are you doing right now?
We're trying to fight back against the greatest evils in the world, and that is human trafficking, child exploitation, and child sacrifice.
How crazy is that for people that don't understand just the magnitude and the scale that's at?
I think it's the greatest evil in the world today. There's 50+ million people that are being trafficked right now. There's more than 400 million that will be exploited and abused around the world this year. It is truly one of the worst evils in the world. It's not just over there. It's not the movie Taken. It is right here in our communities, in our backyard, in
people
every
have no
community.
idea. We have no idea.
Truly, so many times we really do have no idea.
Thank you for what you do, man, because not a lot of people are outspoken like
Thank you for sharing. Thanks for giving me this time to share. I so appreciate it.
3 quick last ones for you real quick. Tim, I'm going to challenge you.
Sure.
Take me back to the most life-changing conversation you ever had.
Oh my gosh.
What is the greatest piece of advice that you received throughout your career?
That's very difficult to give one piece of advice, but the greatest form of tragedy is being successful at everything that doesn't matter.
Wow.
And I do believe that so many times, and I've screwed up on this so much in my life, I've been chasing things that just don't matter. But we can take that success and we can use it for things that really matter.
Which is what you're doing now.
That's what we're trying to do.
How old are you now?
38. I had to think about it for a second.
Tim, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Jesus is either a liar, a lunatic, or he's Lord. That was something C.S. Lewis came up with many years ago, but it's still just as profound today. That I would encourage the next generation. Seek, go and see if he's really who he says he is, if he's really who he claims to be. And then I would say, man, make your life count, make it matter for things that are really important. It's so easy to get caught up like I have in this rat race of just the next thing. But at the end of our lives, those things aren't going to really matter. You're not going to be thinking, man, look at that one more deal, that one more business, that one more company. When our life is over, are we going to be more focused about the inheritance or the legacy we left? Because inheritance is what you leave for someone, but I believe legacy is what you leave in someone.
Tim, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
You have beautiful advice, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank
God
you for your
bless you,
time,
dude.
man.
Thanks for what you're doing.
I connect with everyone I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, we just interviewed the legend Tim Tebow, man, and he went from making millions of dollars in the NFL, like he said, to dedicating his life to an even greater cause. It's all about legacy for him. That's what it's all about. Phenomenal interview. Yes, the man believes in God. Yes, the man believes in Jesus. But we got to keep this thing rolling and go get this next interview out here, you guys. Come on. Excuse me, guys. Question for you. Who's the richest person here? Who's the richest person here?
I mean, have you heard of PepsiCo?
Pepsi, like the soda company?
Yeah, we may or may not have sold our company to them for $2 billion.
You sold a company for $2 billion?
Yeah, no big deal.
So you guys are business partners?
Business partners, life partners. We've been married 12 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I go all over the world interviewing billionaires to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for the channel real quick?
Yeah, but quick because we have to head out.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So you guys are married?
We are, yes, and partners, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, 12 years, 3 kids, 3 boys. It's insane.
What is your one non-negotiable as business partners that keeps the marriage together? You see a lot of couples maybe going to business together and it kind of ends it. What's the principle you guys have at the foundation of your relationship?
I think it's trust.
Trust.
If you don't trust one another to do what they say they're going to do, and if you don't show up and do the things that you say you're going to do, like, it doesn't happen.
You also have to have a common goal. Purpose is really big in business and in life. We sold our company. We have all sorts of money to do whatever we want, but freedom doesn't equal purpose. So I think even though we sold our company, we're not done. We're not going to retire.
You're not going to retire?
No.
So even though you had that $2 billion exit, you guys are going to keep on building companies.
I mean, we can't play golf all day.
My golf game sucks. And I think we think about it like we're not retired. We're in this phase of like preferment. We get to work with who we want, on what we want, and when we want to do it. It's like a total freedom and a total unlock. It's amazing.
Have you guys ever been broke before?
Yeah, we were broke in the beginning. There was this one amazing moment where we were like 6 months into the business. We just had our first kid, started the business, just moved to Dallas from working on the road in our previous careers. And I didn't know how we were going to afford our mortgage. I never told her this at the time, but honestly, our mortgage was due. And literally like a day before the mortgage was due, I got a check in the mail. It was a refund from the government. They basically gave us a tax refund because we had a kid that we didn't claim as a dependent. And they said, hey, listen, you're too broke. You need to claim this as a dependent. We're going to give you some money back. And it was almost to the penny of what our mortgage was. And it was like this amazing unlock to say, like, God is paving the way for us. And this was a sign for us to keep going.
It was by any means necessary. You were going to make it happen.
100%. I think one of the most important things is everybody wants what people can't have or what people don't have. But the question is are you willing to do what others won't do to get it? I don't think a lot of people will. Like, people want balance in their life, but to be an entrepreneur and have the things that others can't get, like, there's no balance.
I want to challenge you all. Take me back to the most life-changing conversation you both ever had. What's the greatest piece of advice that you've received throughout your career?
You're gonna love this one.
Oh no.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what it takes to build and scale a business. There's gonna be a lot of uncomfortable moments. Don't shy away from those uncomfortable moments. Really lean into them, because as she said, that's where growth happens. Sometimes you can get really embarrassed in those moments because you don't know what you're doing. You feel like you're in over your head, but just get comfortable with the fact that things are going to be uncomfortable along the way and just make it happen anyways.
How old are you all today?
I'm 38.
39.
39?
Yeah.
So you're a little bit older.
A little bit older. A little bit older, a little bit wiser.
Hey, way wiser.
So let me ask y'all this. If me and if the three of us died tomorrow and you could leave one more message with the younger generation, leave one more message with your children right here, what would that be?
Well, I think it was Steve Jobs that said this. Like, this world was created by people no smarter than you and I. And so if you have a dream, like, you're smart enough, you're capable enough, like, just put in the work and go get it.
Embarrassment is the most underexplored emotion when it comes to success. You have to go out there and make a fool of yourself, because once you make a fool of yourself, then comes refinement, then comes clarity, then comes confidence. A lot of people ask, why are you so confident, Allison? I was not always this confident. I embarrassed myself repeatedly until I learned and gained confidence. So go make a fool of yourself.
You guys have amazing advice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
This was
for
fun,
your
man.
time.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. And I connect with all the billionaires that I interview. Can I get you guys' contact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, that's a wrap on today's video, man. I need you guys to stop right now, like, subscribe for amazing content coming every week to the School of Hard Knocks. But let's go a step further. If you go down right now to the link in the description, you'll find the School of Mentors, which is the #1 most powerful entrepreneur community and network in the entire world, where you get direct access to the millionaires and billionaires that I interview on this channel. You get face-to-face on live Zoom calls every week and ask your questions to 8, 9, and 10-figure entrepreneurs. So I can't wait to see you on the inside. Waste no more time. Join right now. That being said, I'll see you in the next video.